Hello friends, and this is Ajay. Now I will explain the problems on numbers, and these are the 9 questions that I will discuss in this tutorial. If you are able to solve these 9 questions in 9 minutes, then you can skip this tutorial. Coming to the first question, how many zeros are there at the end of 100 and 140 factorial? So prime numbers in between 100 are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and so on. Except 2 and 3, remaining prime numbers are of the form 6n plus or minus 1. That is 11 is 6n minus 1 and 13 is 6n plus 1 and 17 is also 6n minus 1 and so on. So the shortcut for finding the number of zeros at the end of a number factorial is, so first divide the number by 5, the remainder is 20 and keep the remainder aside, and now find out the remainder divided by 5, and now again find the remainder, that is 4. Now find the remainder for this number, and this is 0. Now add all the remainders, and which equals to 24. So total number of zeros at the end of 100 factorial are 24. And similarly you find the number of zeros at the end of 140 factorial. That is, first divide the 140 by 5, which gives 28. Now divide the 28 by 5, which gives 5. Now divide the 5 by 5, which gives 1. Now again 1 by 5, which gives 0. So now add all the remainders, which gives 24. So total number of zeros at the end of 140 factorial are 34. And coming to the second question, find the remainder 1 factorial plus 2 factorial and so on plus 50 factorial is divided by 7. We know that when 47 is divided by 5, the remainder is 3, and this remainder can be find out in the another way, that is, divide the 45 into 20 plus 25, and now find the remainder for each of these sum. That is, the first remainder is 6 and second remainder is 4. Now find the remainder again for this sum, that is 10 by 7, which equals to 3. Similarly, first find out the remainder when 1 factorial is divided by 7, that is 1, and 2 factorial is 2, and for 3 factorial it is 6, and for 4 factorial it is 3, and for 5 factorial 1, 6 factorial 6, and for 7 factorial it is 0. Since at the end 7 factorial is equal to 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7, at the end it is 7, so 7 is cancelled by 7, so the remainder is 0. For all the factorial numbers, the remainder is 0. Now if you add all the remainders, which gives 19, and again the remainder is 5. So when this sum is divided by 7, the remainder is equal to 5. And coming to the third question, the sum of two numbers is 156 and their HCF is 13. Find the number of pairs of such numbers possible. We know that every number is a factor of itself, that is, 1 is a factor of every number. Before going to answer this question, first we need to know about the coprimes. If the HCF of two numbers is 1, then they are coprimes. That is, for 1 and 11 the HCF is 1, and for 5 and 7 the HCF is 1, but for 2 and 10 HCF is 2, so they are not coprimes. And for 3 and 9 3, and for 4 and 8 4, 6 comma 6 is 6. So the numbers, so the pairs which have into mark are non-coprimes. Two even numbers can never be coprimes. From the given question, a plus b is equal to 156 and HCF of a comma b is 13. This shows that a and b are the multiples of 13. So let a is equal to 13x and b is equal to 13y. So 13x plus 13y is equal to 156 and x plus y is equal to 12. So pairs possible are these, that is 1 comma 11, 2 comma 10, 3 comma 9, 4 comma 8, 5 comma 7, 6 comma 6. So from this now you find out the coprimes, and only two pairs are possible, that is 1 comma 11 and 5 comma 7, and these two are the answers for this question. And before going to the next question, we need to know the conditions for a number to be divisible by some other number. That is, if a number is divisible by 2, then units place should be an even number. For 3, sum of the digits should be divisible by 3, and for 4, last two digits should be divisible by 4 or 0 0 case, and for 5, last digit should be either 5 or 0, and condition for 6 is last digit should be divisible by 2 and 3. For 8, last 3 digits should be divisible by 8 or 0 0 0 case, and for 7 there is no condition, and for 9, sum of digits should be divisible by 9. For 10, there is no condition. For 11, sum of alternative digits minus sum of other digits should be divisible by 0 or should be divisible by 11, and these are the conditions for a number to be divisible by these numbers. So coming to the fourth question, if this number is a 7-digit number, that is A30158B, which is exactly divisible by 72, then find the value of A. 72 can be expressed as 9 into 8, that is the given number should be divisible by 9 and 8. For a number to be divisible by 9, the sum should be divisible by 9, that is 17 plus A plus B should be divisible by 9. And for 8, the condition is last 3 digits should be divisible by 8 or 0 0 case. So 58B should be divisible by 8. This implies B is equal to 4. So if you substitute in this equation, you will get 21 plus A, which should be divisible by 9. So the sum should be divisible by 9, which gives that A is equal to 6. So the value of A is 6. And coming to the fifth question, 28 apple trees and 42 mango trees and 56 orange trees have to be planted in rows such that the number of trees in each row are equal and of same variety, and the minimum number of rows required to plant the trees. Based upon the two conditions, that is, number of trees in each row should be equal and of same variety. So number of trees in each row can be 1, 2, 7 or 14, that is the common factors of these three numbers. We have to find the minimum number of rows, so their HCF should be maximum, that is maximum number of trees in a row are 14. So the number of rows are, first 28 apple trees can be planted in 2 rows, and next 42 mango trees can be planted in 3 rows, and next 56 mangoes can be planted in 4 rows. So total number of rows are 9. And coming to the sixth question, A B C D E into 4 is equal to E D C B A. If each letter represents a different digit, then find the value of A plus B plus C plus D plus E. If a number that is divisible by 4, then last two digits should be divisible by 4. If a number is multiplied by 4, then the last digit can be 0 or 2 or 4, 6 or 8. So A can be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and BA should be divisible by 4. So B can be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So ABCD into 4 is equal to EDCBA. But here A cannot be 0 or 4 or 6 or 8, because if it is 0, then it is a 4-digit number, so 0 is not possible for A. And if it is 4 or 6 or 8, then the carry will come and it will be a 6-digit number. So these 4 numbers are not possible for A. Only the 2 is the possible number for A. So A is equal to 2. If A is equal to 2, then E should be 8. That is, if it is 2, then when it is multiplied with 2, then E is equal to 8. For a number to be divisible by 4, the last two digits should be divisible by 4 or 00 case. Here BA is the last two digit number and we already know A is equal to 2. So B2 should be divisible by 4. But we already know E is equal to 8. So the possible numbers for B are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. But 5, 7, 9 are not possible since it will lead to a carry. So the possible numbers are 1 and 3. So B is equal to 1 since if B is equal to 3 then there will be a carry to A, which again makes it A as a odd number. And for D, here if we multiply with D then we have to get B, that is 1. D have the chances of only 2 and 7, but for 2 there will be no carry, so only the possible case for D is 7. And for C, the only possible values are 8 and 9, but the carry that comes from C should be 3, but with 8 it is not possible, so only the possible number is 9. So C is equal to 9. So A plus B plus C plus D plus E is equal to 27. Coming to the 7th question, a man had some chocolates with him. If he distributes equally among 36 students, then 32 chocolates will remain with him. If he distributes equally among 45 students, then 41 chocolates will remain with him. And for among 54 students, 50 chocolates will remain with him. Find the minimum number of chocolates the man can have. So let us assume the number of chocolates that have with him are x. So when it is divided by 36, the remainder is 32. So if we add 4 more chocolates, then these chocolates can be equally distributed. Or if we subtract 32 chocolates, then these can be equally distributed. And similar for the second case, plus 4 or minus 41, and for third case also plus 4 or minus 50. So from all these three cases, plus 4 is the common case for all the three. So if we add 4 chocolates, then these chocolates can be distributed equally among all students. So x plus 4 is the common multiple of 36, 45 and 54. So LCM of these three numbers is 540, and which gives x is equal to 536. So the minimum number of chocolates are 536. And coming to the 8th question, 168 red color balls, 192 blue color balls and 264 green color balls have to be placed in boxes such that the number of balls in each box are equal to and of same color. Find the minimum number of boxes required to place the ball. Here the two conditions are the number of balls in each box are equal and of same color. So HCF of 168, 192 and 264 is 24. So the number of boxes required are dividing the each number of balls by 24, and which gives 26. But we know that maximum number of balls in each box are 24. So total number of boxes are 26. That is, minimum number of boxes required to place the balls are 26. Coming to the 9th question, what is the maximum number of years a person has to wait to celebrate his birthday? We know that for a year to be leap year, then it should be divisible by 4. But if a leap year that is ending with 2 zeros, then that year should be divisible by 400. Only then it is called as leap year. But 1900 is not divisible by 400, so it is not a leap year. So in this series, only 1896 is a leap year and 1904 is a leap year. So a person born on 1896 or before has to wait again 1904. So in this series, 1900 is not a leap year. Therefore, a person born on 29th February in leap year have to wait again for 1904. So maximum number of years is 8. And this is the answer for this question. Thank you.